Hey everyone, welcome to Social Work 670 Advanced Research. My name is Melanie Farmer. I'm going to be your instructor this semester. Um, I have been teaching adjunct in the program for, oh gosh, probably 5 or 6 years now. I've been teaching research primarily, both foundation and advanced level research. Um, at my day job, I work as a consultant for a mid-sized consulting firm based out of Washington, D.C. We do consulting around grants in higher ed. So I work with a lot of different colleges and universities in helping them optimize or make changes in their grants operation. Work with a lot of research faculty, and staff that support research in higher education. My clients change from time to time, but I get the privilege of working with a lot of brilliant researchers and help to support their research. So that kind of ties in with research in the sense that we're talking about it for this class. When we think about social work and research, you think, well, I don't really do research. I'm a social worker. I don't really do research, but, I'm a master's level social worker, and research becomes a big part of our practice, especially in this class, because this class we talk a lot about single subject research, as you guys kind of probably noticed from your books. That we're focusing on maybe research when you have one subject. And a lot of times, especially in a rural environment, that's what ends up happening. You might have one client that has the particular issue, this particular issue, and you're trying to help them. So you want to try something, an intervention or, an independent variable to try to see if it helps that particular issue or the behavior. Like, for example, if say you had a client that had seasonal affective disorder, and you wanted to try one particular intervention to see if it made a difference for that client, you could do a little research, experiment and our research study and see if that was effective. So this class gives you the tools to be able to evaluate your own practice, which I think is the most practical part of research and what we do. So it'll make more sense as we structure it as we go along. So we start thinking about it in terms of, how you would look at that for this class, because we will be conducting a full experiment this time. We'll do a research proposal, and then collect data and have a full research paper put together. Okay. All right. So the intention with this class, though, is you're not expected to know everything at the beginning. We're all in this together. So this class builds upon itself. It is structured in weekly modules most of the time. There are a couple that are a little bit longer toward the end, but each week, we're learning about different concepts and different parts of the research and moving through the process. So all of it is progressive in that it will build toward that final paper at the end of the class where you present your research proposal, your whole research paper together. Okay. And I'll be giving you all kinds of feedback along the way. That's why all those assignments are there to help you learn those things and help build it and put it together and optimize it. So what your finished product is more polished. That makes sense. All right, and within the class there are different types of assignments. There's some quiz or test-based assignments. Don't let those intimidate you. A lot of times there's 2 attempts on those. So those are just to keep you, try to drive home some important concepts in the reading. Then we also have discussion forums. There's 4 of those over the semester. And then we have different parts of the overall research paper, like you're picking your topic and the research proposal and then the final draft. So it all kind of goes together. And I do allow late submissions for assignments because I understand life gets a little crazy. We're all, a lot of us are working and you're trying to go to school, families, there's other obligations outside of this program. So I do allow late submissions for everything with the exception of discussions. And I'll explain that in a minute. But I just ask that you let me know what's going on. Shoot me an email. There is you need to ask permission for late submission. And the total points possible is up to 89% of the total points available. and then whatever your grade, if you get graded and lose a few points, then that would come off the 89%. So that's just something I like everyone to be aware of right in the beginning. The final submission date is like in the end of the semester, and that'll be listed in the course. It's usually the last week of class is the final drop dead date. I will accept any of those assignments because I have to have time to grade before I turn in final grades. Now, as far as discussions, I do not accept late submissions on the discussions. And the reasoning behind that is discussions happen in the moment. Your peers, you put in your response, your peers respond, ask questions, it's back and forth, it's a discussion. And if you're submitting late, you're not getting the benefit there. And neither are your peers getting the benefit from your late post. So if they're not submitted by the end of the module, when they're due, you don't get credit for it. And the modules, like I said, are usually weekly, and typically due dates are always Sunday nights at 11:59. I found, over the years that's kind of a good time. A lot of students that works, for most people, especially if you're working during the week, you might have more time on the weekends. That gives you the entire weekend to get it done. So you'll see that structure go on, throughout. There may be an exception to that toward the end, but pretty much that's the rule with the class. And the other thing with this class is, this is your class, and this is your opportunity to learn about research. So I'm here to support you. So if there are concepts that you're struggling with, or or several of you are having problems with understanding, let me know. I can provide some extra support, maybe an extra video, or explain it a little bit differently and help with your understanding. So I'm always flexible. I'm always open to knowing, what would be helpful to you guys and what you guys need more information on. So just let me know, reach out. We're going to have an open dialogue throughout the semester, especially in the next several weeks when you guys are choosing your research topics. A lot of times that requires a little bit of discussion. So don't hesitate at all to reach out to me. The easiest way is probably to get a hold of me is email. So you can email me directly. All my information is in the syllabus, but email is probably the quickest way because I've always had my email with me. It's on my phone. I'm always checking it regularly. So I try to get back with everyone fairly quickly. So we can talk about it. We can work through it, and help with your understanding. Now, I'm a video person. I'm going to warn you guys, you're going to see a lot of videos. Some of them are older, and so I may look a little different, but I feel like I'm a visual person, and I think having that visual element helps with understanding, for a lot of folks. So I do a lot of videos. So take some time, watch some of those videos. I try to keep them fairly short. I know this one's a little bit longer than normal, but I try to keep it fairly short and to get the point across. So sometimes that helps with understanding. And some of the videos that aren't me, that are in there, I found really helpful. So hopefully those will be helpful to you guys as well. But that kind of wraps up a little bit of an overview of the class. But if you guys have questions, like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. So welcome to research again, and I look forward to getting to know each of you this semester. Take care.